Somalia has been ranked as one of the most dangerous places for journalists and media practitioners to work in the world over, with journalists facing constant attacks from militia groups like the Al-Shabaab. Hundreds have fled to different countries to seek refuge. Kenya is currently playing host to many of the journalists, but life has become a nightmare for them in Kenya after the government ordered all refugees back to the camp and others deported back to Somalia.
We have accommodated enough and will not do any more of our normal persuasion discussion. We will decisively and very firmly deal with those in our midst.
And unfortunately, the Kenyan police, they can't differentiate the normal people and the journalists. And we are not same like the normal people, because we usually, even when we are here, we got messages on telephones from some of Al-Shabaab elements. They threat us because they can know easily our name.
Many journalists have already been deported, with some taken to the refugee camps. Hassan Sheikh Omar, who has been a cameraman with one of the Somali TV stations, is one such case and is currently holed up at the Kakuma camp. However, the journalists claim the camp is a death camp for them, as Al-Shabaab militias still have sympathizers there. As the world celebrates the Press Freedom Day, the journalists are calling on the Kenyan government to allow them operate in the country freely.
Really, we don't know what will happen, and we requested the Kenyan government to continue the hospitality they have already given us.
The 2014 World Press Freedom Index by Reporters Without Borders ranks Somalia in the 176th position out of the 180 countries reviewed in terms of safety for journalists.
Last year, 18 journalists has been killed. Since the beginning of this year, 2014, 5 journalists has been killed.
This decline has come through for two options. One is that the journalists and the media employers have taken a very serious decisions to ensure the security and the safety of the journalists and their employees.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dhegeystayaal galab wanaagsan qodobadaan idinku hayno.
Mohammed Hassan Haji is one of those journalists that have had to live with the fear of being attacked. He has worked as a journalist since 2010, but had to flee the country after he became an obvious target.
What we want only for the Kenyan government to consider us security, because of we are exiled Somali journalists, we have been targeted in Somalia, we run from the enemy Al-Shabaab, and maybe Al-Shabaab enemy can be present at the Kamis.
The reporters have, however, chosen to celebrate with the world the freedom they can hope Somali journalists will one day enjoy. Well, the World Press Day has been set aside to raise awareness of the importance of freedom of the press and remind governments of their duty to respect and uphold the rights to freedom of expression. A freedom that many Somali journalists are saying they're not enjoying. Back in their country, they're wanted by different militia groups, including the Al-Shabaab. And here in Kenya, the numerous security operations have been targeting them for a possible deportation back to Somalia, a country that they fled from. Yusuf Ibrahim, K24 Weekend Report, in Isli, Nairobi.